Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 3rd of October. So we are on the euro. It finally got up to its monthly pivot here, having a bit of a reaction at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if it had more of a reaction. We do have reasons for that, but at the moment it held up there quite a while. That's one thing I would say. Which sometimes when it's holding up at a level, it's consolidating before it has its next push, but at the moment it started rolling a little bit here. Daily pivot just below, which may be the reason it's rolling over, just coming back. It's high probability of that being hit, so it's near enough there. Not really many pips before it gets hit, either 6 pips or so. You've got to remember these aren't big movements. So where to from here? Well, if it bounces off that 34, maybe back to double top sort of territory. I still got to accept, I guess, that could be a trade, a buy side. I really don't trust the euro in the bigger picture. It's had its move here. Still think it could roll over, so I'm erring on the bearish side. I think a lot depends on how it reacts when it hits its daily pivot today and that 34 moving average. If it starts shoving through, well, we could see a bigger correction. One thing there, I've just noticed that the US has started putting on more retaliatory where was I reading there? They're actually putting on retaliatory tariffs on European aircraft and European agricultural industrial goods to take effect from 18th of October. So that's not going to help the situation that Europe's already in a mucky situation anyway. So there we are. Okay, so that's where we stand with the euro. Fundamentally flawed, and technically, well, as I say, from that daily perspective, looks like it could be a stalling point there for good. For now. Crikey. Okay, the pound dollar. Well, the pound, it struggled. It's 2 dojis in a row here, just pretty much sums things up. Boris has put his thoughts, his cabinet's thoughts down for a deal regarding Ireland, etc. So we'll see what happens from here. As you see, the price lower highs, higher lows, even it's in this wedge pattern. With the downward movement, the wedge could just break to the lower side here. It's just when you see it on this hourly price chart, well, already down to daily pivot, back into its monthly pivot, dancing around this area. In terms of really where it could be going, let's just I think I can take this smaller time frame here and probably pop a trend line across there, and then this time frame I'm going to have to probably move across here, although it might break earlier, but in real term breaks, that's the point of decision even, which way it may be going, but still sort of like the pound to the upside. But if we see more European speakers coming out supporting the deal, well, that will help the pound, but otherwise we could just see it either chop or sell. Right, chop or roll. Yen. Well, the yen yesterday, I was looking to see if it made more upside, but it looks like the safety is the predominant thing here. However, a bit of a divergence across the 60 minutes. Sorry, let's just come up the time frames there and just look at what's happened here. So there's been it wasn't a divergence. It's actually I think it's just a slightly lower high that's sitting across here. I don't know if I can pop the. Well, it might be in the divergence. It's not far off actually with those highs. May have been a bit of a divergence even there. So that's rolling over, and at the moment it's sort of got back into its that bigger downward trend there. And it could be we could be seeing further downside there on the dollar yen. It's but as I say, there is divergence on the hourly, so divergence both ways now. Daily pivot above would be a logical target near term. It's only it's 20 pips away. That's is a logical point to the upside there, but thereafter it may just well, it failed to catch yesterday. Didn't have the legs after, what time was that? That was the 4 o'clock in the morning one. Well, okay, but didn't have the legs. But if it pushes up, starts pushing up, breaking these little highs here, it could be on for that, maybe a bit more. But the bigger picture still suggests downside. Yen, Aussie dollar. Well, daily point of view, Aussies, well, just choked a bit yesterday. Is a bit like the pound there. Not a lot of direction. From where it sits at the moment, it looks like it's just run back into that 21, maybe bearish sort of looking 4 hourly bar there. It's got a daily pivot below again, so expect that to be hit, but thereafter it's a funny old bit of price action that's been rolling. That's come back to that 4 hourly. Was there divergence at the lows? There wasn't. Okay, so maybe it may just run through that pivot and continue to the downside. It looks soft for sure. Okay, and finally the Canadian dollar. That's going to be chopping. Oh, we had movement yesterday. What's that? What's going on? There we go. Crikey! After nearly a month, well, at least 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks of chop, it actually saw some movement. Either way, it's not the best trading pairings, and well, it could be just coming back now to test those prior highs there. Just looking at 60-minute time frame. Yep, pivots below, so that would all line up. So it could be just a move back towards that sort of area at some point. But that's quite a shove yesterday. It saw. Right. That's pretty much it. There's no plan on trading the Canadian dollar there. It's just too fickle and unreliable for me. So news-wise today, what we've got not a lot. FOMC speaker at 7:45. Okay, he's already speaking. Services PMI this morning, 9:30. More FOMC speakers. One at 1:30. MPC speaker speaking at 3 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock we've also got this US non-manufacturing PMI. So there we go, a few bits of news there. The US data will be watched carefully because the last figure came in quite poor, so just watch out for that. Have a great one. Bye for now.